underway. Face-off coming here between Evan Condon for Army, Tom Myers for UMass. Here's the face-off, and we are underway here in Amherst. You get a whistle here quickly from the referee. Myers goes down. Cannell already doing some substitutions here. In comes Scott Delzato, a freshman attack. He's getting his first NCAA lacrosse action underway here in Amherst to begin this game. Ball's at midfield here for the Minutemen. UMass sporting their new gray uniforms. Army in their typical all-black. Shot on net. It's a bit wide, deflected by the West Point goaltender. A.J. Barreto, senior. Both goalkeepers in this game are seniors. Barreto for the Black Knights and Sean Scanoni, the senior for the Minutemen, in net. And it scores by the Minutemen. Army scores on the first goal of this game. Army's going to go up 1-0 here to start this. So Black Knights are going to take the early 1-0 lead. Connor Phillips going to get this goal there for the Black Knights. UMass going to try and get back off to a hot start here. Myers taking this one, going to go right to net. It's going to bounce deflected high up in the air and go behind the net. Minutemen going to try to chase this one out of bounds. It's going to go out of play. Ref's going to blow the whistle for the Minutemen. They were there first. Jeff Trainer's going to get the ball for the Minutemen. Trainer, one of the returning leaders of this team as a sophomore last year. Broke some records for the Minutemen. Trainer coming off a season in which he posted 50 points. And he's going to score. So we have number 6, Michael Number 6, Kevin Tobin, scoring for the Minutemen, just making a quick move there and putting it in the back of the net. The sophomore midfielder from Reading, Massachusetts, going to get the first goal of the season here for the Minutemen. So Tobin getting the Minutemen on the board here. Quick start to this game in the first 3 minutes. Both teams putting points on the board. Face off here, won by the Minutemen. Long pole midfielder is going to make his way across midfield. There's some substitutions here for the Minutemen. UMass playing fast here off the attack. Can try and go and take the early lead here. That ball's going to roll out of play. UMass going to sell themselves back down. Tobin. Great. UMass pushing the ball. Army's going to take the ball back up midfield. They're trying to make something happen here. Army with the ball behind their own net. Intercepted by the Minutemen. Taking the ball back up midfield. UMass trying to make quick work of it. And they score back of the net. Assisted by number 15, Isaac Paparo. So UMass going to take the early 2-1 lead here. Go up 2-1 to start the season. Early face-off coming. Another face-off here for Tom Myers.
UMass goal scored by number 10, Chris Connolly, assisted by number 15, Isaac Paparo.
So that goal was Paparo to Chris Connolly. Connolly, a sophomore, coming off a strong freshman campaign last season. This ball's played across midfield for the Black Knights. Connolly with an even 50 points last season, with 25 goals and 25 assists. Looking to build off that this year. As Army plays the ball here at midfield. Black Knight trying to move the ball into their own zone, trying to get back on the board here. That's saved by Scanoni. Scanoni building off a strong end to the 2018 season. This ball's moved close to the UMass net. UMass trying to make another quick work of it, and that's going to go out of play, deflected by the Black Knights defense. That's Johnny Surdick for Army. The big 6'4" senior defenseman moving the ball upfield, and the ref's going to blow that one the way of UMass. Good move there. Number 23, Billy Philpott. UMass going to take their time here at midfield. Ben Spencer, senior midfielder. Key contributor to UMass's success last season. UMass got a lot of contributions from freshmen last year, like Kevin Tobin and Chris Connolly, looking to build off that success this year in their sophomore campaigns. As Trainer moves the ball across midfield, close to the net, trying to get his first score of the season. Goes out of play. Ref's going to keep that one here with the Minutemen. Tobin. Back to Trainer. To Connolly. Finds the back of the net. Connolly to Devin Spencer. Scores. UMass going up 3-1 here with 8:50 to play in the first period. So the Minutemen offense getting off to a hot start here after going down 1-0 and 3 unanswered goals for UMass.
UMass goal scored by number 3, Devin Spencer, and assisted by number 10, Chris Connolly.
Face-off here coming between Myers. Referee's going to blow that one with the Minutemen. UMass is going to take this one. Try and build on this early 3-1 lead. UMass has lost each of the last 4 seasons to start the year against Army. We're going to change that narrative today. Played at midfield by the Minutemen. UMass offense just playing very fast early on here. Too fast for Army to keep up with thus far. Good ball movement from the Minutemen. There's Spencer, one of 2 Spencer brothers on this UMass team. Devin Spencer, the junior attack, and Ben Spencer, the senior midfielder. This ball's going to stay here with UMass. Number 42, Clayton Proctor, sophomore attack, getting a lot of action here early on. Good save there by Beretta. He's had some struggles here early in this game. Army trying to make something happen here. Don't want to get too far behind to start this game, start this season. Like I had mentioned earlier, the opener of last year, Army on their home turf posted 18 goals against this Minutemen squad. UMass used that loss to kind of build off those failures and ended up having a very successful 2018 season, winning the the Colonial Athletic Association, going undefeated in conference, getting their first NCAA tournament berth since 2012. That one's going to go out of play. It's going to stay with the Black Knights. It's Matt Manown here for the Black Knights. Number 55. Phillip loses it. UMass is going to try and gain it back control at midfield, and Army's going to take it back. Army trying to make something happen here early on, down 3-1. UMass defense playing well after giving up that quick early goal in the first few minutes. Playing their physical style that Greg Canelo likes to play with. Shot on net there, past Canoni. A rocket there from Alex Aqua of the Black Knights. Assisted from Matt Manown. So Alex Alacqua putting Army on the board here with 2 goals. 3-2 with 6 minutes to play in the first period. Another whistle from the referee. This ball's played across midfield. Kevin Tobin's going to corral for the Minutemen. Try to set up the offense. Taking his time with it after giving up that goal. UMass trying to keep this lead. Don't want to give away an early lead they had there, up 3-1. UMass narrowing it down to Army narrowing it down 3-2. UMass playing it from behind the net. Some good ball movement here in the middle of the field. Army playing a little more aggressive on the defensive end. Get some stick checks in there. Tobin. Over to Spencer. Connolly sitting behind net. Nice move there by Spencer. Shot on net's going to go out of play. UMass can chase it down. Referee's going to keep it here. Going to stay with UMass. Chris Connolly's going to take it out. Excuse me, referee's going to blow it the way of Army now. Okay. Army is going to tie things up here now at 3 apiece. Number 20, Brendan Nichtern, scoring unassisted goal there for the Black Knights to tie things up at 3-3 after being down 3-1. So Army, after giving up 3 unassisted goals to start this game, after going up 1-0, has tied things back up here. So an interesting first quarter here at Garber Field. Both teams' offense is getting off to a good start. Face-off coming at midfield. UMass wins it. Myers trying to make quick work of it. It's going to be saved by Barreto. Army moving with the fast pace upfield. UMass trying. Army scoring again. That one with an unfortunate bounce for the Minutemen. Finding the back of the net for the Black Knights. So Scanoni getting a bit rattled here early on.
Army goal scored by number 42, Miles Silva, assisted by number 20, Brendan Nichtern.
Brendan Nichtern assisting that one to Miles Silva for Army. So Army taking their second lead of the game, going up 4-3. UMass defense playing a bit on their heels here. So Army's been scoring these goals, moving upfield at a fast pace. That one was kind of just an unfortunate bounce. Cannoni, I think he thought he had it in his net. Had it crossed the plane. Another face-off coming for Myers. He wins it again. He's going to play that one back to his defense. This goes behind the net. Scanoni's going to take it out of net. Play that one over to Tobin. Tobin's going to take his time at midfield. Let his team catch a breath here for a second. UMass defense giving up 3 unanswered goals after Army did the same early on. Tobin makes a quick move, trying to get a good pass off. Deflected by the Black Knights defense, but UMass keeps it. Spencer out to Jeff Traynor at the middle of the field. Traynor loses it. Still gets the pass over to Tobin. Spencer. Back over to Tobin. Tobin with an impressive pass, staying on his feet. And UMass scores! Chris Connolly. So UMass tying it up here at 4 after going down 4-3, giving up 3 unanswered goals. Gabriel Prosick from Chris Connolly on that one. Connolly took the pass from Kevin Tobin, who was falling to the ground. Connolly was able to corral it, get a nice pass off to Prosick.
Number 16, Gabrielle Prosick, assisted by number 10, Chris Connolly.
It's a very back and forth first quarter here to start the season for both teams. Both defenses have some work to do. Seems like every shot is seeming to find the back of the net on both ends. This one's played at midfield. Across midfield for O'Brien. Proctor. Over to Cuttinella. Back then to Chris Conley. Back to Cuttinella. He loses it. He keeps possession. Conley trying to make a move at the back of the net. Gets a nice pass out. Intercepted. Deflected, should I say, by Army. Army defense going to take it across midfield. Army on the pursuit again. Long pull. Bounce off the crossbar. And this one's going to go back out towards midfield. UMass going to fight for it. It's taken in by number 26, Mike Ellock. Here we go, another check spike. Prosick scores. Prosick fired up after that goal. Just takes it and rips it to the back of the net. UMass going up 5-4. Neither goalie seems to want to make a save in this early first quarter. Both offenses firing on all cylinders. Gabriel Prosick finding his back of the net for the second time today.
Last goal scored by number 16, Gabriel Prosick, assisted on the play by number 10, Chris Connolly.
Chris Connolly getting himself yet another assist in this matchup. So good early start to the 2019 season for Connolly after a good 2018 freshman campaign for him. I'm sure Greg Canella is excited for what's to come from that class. UMass slowing things down here offensively, letting themselves catch a breath once again. This is number 23, Billy Philpott with the ball. Philpott loses his stick for a second. West Point defender not letting anything past him easily. That's Anthony George playing up on Philpott. Shot on net by the Minutemen. Bounce out of play. That's the other Spencer, Ben Spencer. The elder of the two brothers. It's a whack of a stick there. Yeah, we're going to get a flag by the referee. It's Johnny Surdick. Make a call there. At the end of the first quarter here at Garber Field, a very exciting first quarter to start this season. UMass 5, Army West Point 4. We'll be right back after this quick break. And we are back underway here in Amherst for the start of the second quarter between UMass and Army West Point. UMass taking the 5-4 lead into the second quarter. At the end of that first quarter, Army senior defenseman Johnny Serdick was penalized, so he will be in the box for the next 37 seconds or so. So UMass playing with a man up, trying to make opportunity up. Most of this opportunity. Connolly, a good look at the net there. Jeff Traynor trying to get his first goal. That was saved. Army's going to play with it. Probably going to take their time here. So UMass with the man-up advantage here for the next 10 seconds. Army looks like they're going to kill this one off. So good first start for the West Point power play unit. Excuse me, special teams unit. Army going to take it at midfield. Jeff Traynor playing some tight defense there for the Minutemen. UMass can take this one back. Defense can try and get back control of it. Scanoni back over to Traynor. Like I had mentioned earlier, Jeff Traynor was instrumental in the UMass success last season, the conference championship, NCAA tournament berth. Traynor, junior midfielder from Billerica, Massachusetts, town with a very rich lacrosse history. This one's played at midfield. UMass offense trying to set it up. Good move there by Philpott. Philpott can't get past defender. Number 23, Jordan Cole for the Black Knights. Chris Connolly sitting behind the net. He's going to get back to Connolly. Connolly looks like it's Tobin. Tobin trying to take a shot on that. It's deflected. Back to Connolly. Connolly over to Spencer. Spencer with the left-handed shot. Deflected off Connolly out of bounds. Connolly's going to die for it, but referee will give it to the Black Knights. So that one didn't go out of goal to Barreto. Army pushing the ball up the field. It's quite a frigid day for lacrosse, but the wind has seemed to die down a bit here in Amherst. It's pretty brutal this morning and in late last night, so that should help these players out. I'm pushing towards the net, just surrounded by gray jerseys. Not a ton of space here for the Black Knights to work. Good opportunity there. Nice shot at the net. I mean, that was tough. That's one-on-one. Scanoni and Nicholas Garofano. Garofano finding the back of the net. The sophomore attack from Yorktown Heights, New York. Evening the score at 5.
Nicholas Garofano, assisted on the play by number 20, Brendan Nitcher.
Brendan Nitcher with the assist on that one. So Army answering here first in the second quarter to score. About as back and forth of the game as you can find here to start this season for both teams. Tom Myers getting a lot of action in the face-off circle, to say the least, today. Referee's going to blow that whistle towards the way of the Minutemen. So Myers been having a good amount of success here in the face-off circle as he comes off. Clayton Proctor looks like he's going to come onto the field. Cuttinella going to go behind the net. defended by James Pryor. Cutnella, sophomore midfielder from Wadding River, New York. Didn't get a ton of time last season. This one's going to go towards midfield. Scooped up by Charlie O'Brien. O'Brien Jr. from Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Big-time rival with Billerica, Massachusetts, so you figure him and Trainer probably squared off quite a bit in high school. Now the two are teammates. Johnny Surdick, the 6'4" senior defender for the Black Knights, been very active in this game. So Army has this one at midfield. Alex Alacqua, who has a goal on this game, takes this one. Trying to push himself towards net with the left-handed shot. It's going to bounce right off the crossbar. That's about as close as you can get. But right back into the stick. Number 28, Nate Jones. So Jones is able to retain that. Keep the ball on his offensive end. Matt Manown. Pressured by UMass defense. Manown trying to get the shot off. Jones. Pressured heavily by this UMass defense. Some good defensive play there for the Minutemen. That's number 15, Isaac Paparo. Paparo, one of the better defenders for the Minutemen last year. Paparo, one of the seniors on this Minutemen squad. One of many players returning from last year's conference championship team. Have to think the bar is set very high this season for Greg Canella's squad. But all they're focused on is today's game. Because like I had mentioned earlier, they have the last 4 seasons, they've started 0-1 to this very same Black Knights team. The pick set there by Tobin. Tobin with a good move there on the stick. Going back to the net. Deflected off the crossbar. Almost an incidental goal there for the Minutemen. Big collision there between 2 West Point players. Tobin going to ground for this one. Finally a whistle from the referee there. He's going to keep it with the Black Knights. Two players come onto the field for West Point. This will be Garofano, who just scored, and Connor DeWitt. So we are evened at 5 here. About 7:45 to go in the first half. That halftime momentum is key. We'll see if one of these teams can expand this lead. It's been UMass got up 3-1 ever since Army tied it up at 3-3. It's just been back and forth ever since, and we sit here tied at 5. A nice interception there. Number 26, Malik Elcock of the Minutemen. Tobin, probably the most active player, I would say, for the Minutemen. Trainer splitting between 3 defenders there and getting the shot off. It's going to go out of play and stay with the Minutemen, but Trainer showing off his skills. We're going to get a timeout here by Army with 7:13 to play in the half. Tied at 5-5, so we will take a quick timeout here as well. We will be right back from Garber Field. And we are back underway here in Amherst after that quick timeout by the Black Knights. Like I had mentioned earlier, both these teams trying to get off to a better start, trying to take some momentum into the half. It's been a very back-and-forth game here, to say the least, in these first quarter and a half. There's a shot on net there. Number 23, unassisted goal for UMass, Billy Philpott. Finding the back of the net, putting the Minutemen up 6-5. Philpott, the junior, redshirt junior from Sandwich, Massachusetts. Putting UMass ahead once again. So we'll see if UMass can build upon this lead. After these last couple scores, the next team just answers back very quickly. See if Canelo's squad can build on this lead going into the half. Myers once again will take the face-off for the Minutemen. Myers will win it once again. So UMass up 6-5. Billy Philpott, like I said, scored that last goal. Philpott scored a hat-trick against Hofstra last season towards the end of last year. It was the first recorded hat-trick by a short-stick defensive midfielder in program history. Philpott became the 8th active Minuteman with at least one hat-trick and the 7th one, with one during the 2018 season following the feat. Matt's going to find the back of the net once again for the Minutemen. So UMass building upon that lead, like I said, going up 7-5 now. So an unassisted goal once again for UMass. This time, number 16, once again, Gabriel Prosek, his 3rd goal of the afternoon. So he's already got himself a hat-trick to start the 2019 season. Got to feel good about that if you're Prosek. Not only is Gabriel Prosek's first hat-trick of 2019, it's his first game as a college lacrosse player. Freshman attack from British Columbia.
Unassisted goal scored by number 16, Gabriel Prosek.
Quite a start to his college career. So Prosek putting the Minutemen up 7-5. Really a important few minutes here for the Minutemen going into the half. Clearly tell the tape of the rest of the game. So Prosek showing to be one of the more impressive young players on this Minutemen squad. Much like Chris Connolly, a freshman attackman last year, won CAA Rookie of the Year with 25 goals and 25 assists during the 2018 season. He posted at least 1 point in all 17 contests on the season and was the only Minuteman who put up at least 1 point in each game. So, the definition of consistency in Chris Connolly, the sophomore attack from Glastonbury, Connecticut. See if Gabriel Prosek can do much the same. There's been differences in the play between the two. Connolly is a shorter player, great stick work, ability to get a quick shot off. Prosek, just what I've seen off today so far, just seems like he has a lot of power in his shot. That's how he scored his 3 goals. Of course, he's a bigger player, standing at 6 foot. Connolly only coming in at 5'9". He's going to play this one towards midfield. Behind the net, played by the Black Knights. Speaking of Chris Connolly, one of 4 Minutemen players named to the 2018 preseason All-CAA roster. Connolly, along with Jeff Traynor, Paparo, and goaltender Sean Scanoni, all are on that list as well. No surprise that the Minutemen are one of the most represented teams on that list, as they went undefeated in conference last year and won the CAA championship. So anything short of that this season, I'm sure, is a massive failure for Greg Canella's team, in his mind at least, and I'm sure his players as well. A whistle here for the referee. Stoppage of play. Looks like he's calling a violation off Jeff Traynor coming into the game too early. He's out of the... Trainer's on the field now. We're back underway. A lot of confusion here in Amherst at Garber Field. We are finally back underway. That one's taken by the Black Knights, played at midfield. Army hasn't scored in a few minutes here. They've gone down 7-5 after being tied 5-5 earlier in this second quarter. So Traynor is going to push his way upfield here. Crossing by two defenders. He's going to go to the ground, keep possession of it. He's going to lose it. Scoop it back up. Trainor's going to try to settle himself down, getting that one back to Tobin. Looks like he's trying to find Conley in the back of the net, behind the net. Scott Delzato. Flag going up here. What's the call going to be? Looks like a penalty is going to be served for Chris Connolly. Army is going to be a man up. Looks like UMass isn't too upset about that play. Like the aggressive style. Can't say I blame him there. It's an aggressive game. Sometimes you got to take those penalties in order to set a tone, but for the next minute, Army will be up one man for the next minute. As you have 2:31 to play here in the first half, with UMass leading 7-5. So great opportunity for Army to... Greg Canella's coaching staff is furious after that call.
UMass penalty on number 10, Chris Connolly.
So we're back underway once again here. About 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Chris Connolly sitting out the next 50 seconds or so. It's being called for a penalty that was much to the disagreement of the UMass coaching staff. All three of the coaches finding their way into midfield, disagreeing with the referee. So they are already in mid-season form. It's a nice shot there, saved by Sean Scanoni. That was a rocket coming in. Some good signs of life here for the UMass defense after struggling in that first quarter and a half or so. They've been pretty solid here for the last 9 minutes, ending this first half. UMass going to slow things down here and just maintain possession, try and kill off this man-up opportunity for the Black Knights. There's only about 10 seconds left. So the UMass special teams unit off to a good start. Jeff Traynor just going to take his time with it, and we are all even. UMass is going to take a timeout here with minute 26 left to play in the first half, with the Minutemen leading 7-5. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back after this quick break with the final minute 26 of the first half. And we are back here with the final minute 20 of the first half. UMass leading 7-5, trying to add to their lead. So good first start to the first half of the season for the Minutemen, putting up 7 goals. Defense was a little shaky there for both sides. Jeff Traynor trying to make something happen with it. It's going to go the way of the Black Knights. They're trying to make something happen quick here. Don't want to go down 2 going into the half, trying to even this score. The long stick going at a play. 51 seconds to play in the half. We're getting another whistle. Timeout called by the Black Knights with 51 seconds left in the first half.
Timeout called by Army West Point.
So Joe Alberici taking himself a timeout. Does not want to see his team go down more than 2 at the end of this first half. Would like to even the score. They got off to such a good start. They posted the first goal of this game, going up 1-0 with just over a minute into this game.
Timeout on the field is called by UMass.
Excuse me, the timeout was actually called by Greg Cannella once again. So Cannella trying to make sure his team does not mess things up here going into the first half. Cannella, like I had mentioned, he's in his 25th season as the head coach of the Minutemen, coming off his yet another CAA title last season. He was named CAA Coach of the Year in terms of 2018 Colonial Athletic Association awards. Along with Cannella winning Coach of the Year, Chris Conley was Rookie of the Year, like I previously mentioned. CAA Player of the Year, UMass defenseman Isaac Paparo.
So the officials awarded it to Army. But apparently both teams were calling timeout at the same time.
So there's a bit of confusion there down on the field. Both coaches are trying to call timeouts on that play, but Army was awarded the timeout, so UMass will save themselves a timeout. Both coaches got what they wanted in the end. So Sean Scanoni, after getting off to a tough start this first half, in these last 10 minutes or so, he's been very impressive. Hasn't given up a goal yet. The final games of last season, Sean Scanoni totaled a .667 save percentage and 6.95 goals against average with a 6-1 record. He had 92 saves in that span and only allowed 46 goals. Scanoni only allowed more than 8 goals in one of those games and had at least a .647 save percentage in 6 of the 7 outings in that stretch. Very important stretch down. As I had mentioned, as most of those were conference games in which UMass won all of them. Like I had mentioned, UMass fell in the first round of the NCAA tournament, their first tournament game in 6 years. They fell at the hands of the Yale Bulldogs by a tight score of 15-13. Something they can hang their hats on, is that's the very same Yale team that beat them in the first round ended up winning the national championship at Gillette Stadium on Memorial Day weekend. So that's something to build upon for Greg Cannella's team as they make their pursuit of the national championship this season. Certainly not crazy to think that they can't make a push after the success they had last season with all the young. And the Army's going to score here with 5 seconds left to play in the first half. So they narrow the lead to 7-6 in favor of UMass.
West Point goal scored by number 20, Brendan Nitchturn. Assisted on the play by number 1, Matt Manown.
Matt Manown assisting Brendan Nitchturn on that one once again. So 5 seconds to play in the first half. Looks like we're going to go into the locker room break with a 1.1 goal lead for the Minutemen, 7-6. Very fitting, as that's been the story of this game. It's been back and forth, nonstop on both sides offensively. It seems like in this second quarter, the defense has tightened just a bit, and we're going to go into the break. It's a good shot there. We're going to go into the break with UMass leading 7-6. Both teams playing with a lot of energy in the first half. Very offensive-focused first quarter. Both teams putting up 5 goals. Defense tightened up a little bit here in the second quarter, but Army getting that key last goal there in the last 5 seconds by Brennan Nichtern. We'll see how. AJ Barreto has 7 saves on the afternoon, so you. All right, we are back here at Amherst at Garber Field with the first game of the season for these two teams. UMass leading 7-6 over the Army Black Knights. Both teams getting off to a hot start in the first quarter. Both scoring at the score of 5-4 at the end of the first. Army tying it up quickly to start the second. And a little bit of a scoring stagnant break there until Army scored within the last 5 seconds of the second period to close the score to 7-6. The scoring was evenly distributed on both sides, I would say, minus this one player on each side. Gabriel Prosick, a freshman attackman from British Columbia for the Minutemen, already has himself a hat-trick on the day, so a great start to his college career. And for the Black Knights, Brendan Nichtern, who scored that goal with 5 seconds left, has himself 2 goals on the day. The rest, 1 goal apiece for various players on both sides. So you have to be happy if you're either head coach with the amount of distribution of the scoring. In terms of saves, Sean Scanoni has 2 saves on the afternoon for the Minutemen. AJ Barreto has 7 saves on the afternoon, so UMass getting a lot more shots on net here. But Scanoni still giving up 6 goals, only saving 2. That one's almost going to find the back of the net for the Minutemen. This one's fought for. Scanoni coming well out of net. Barreto coming well out of net for the Black Knights. Barreto going to get it back. He's going to cross about 25 yards upfield towards midfield. He's going to launch that one over to his attack, and that one's going to go back the way of UMass. UMass is going to play this one at midfield. Over to Tobin. Tobin at midfield going to slow things down a bit. UMass getting some of their players on the field. Looks like Jeff Trainor's going to come back out on the field for the Minutemen. Trainer with a nice move. Trainer looking for the back. Tobin looking for the back of the net, and that's going to go well out of play, but stay with UMass. Over to Spencer. Spencer to Tobin. Tobin with a quick move. 2 quick moves. Trying to push his way towards the net. It's going to deflect. This might have been off the crossbar, off Barreto himself. Nevertheless, it's going to stay with UMass as it goes out of play. Spencer. Back to Tobin. Tobin goes to the ground. UMass offense trying to set something up here, get the first goal of the second half. He goes to the ground. Surdick. Spencer. Exchanging some pushes here. Both sides have been pretty non-hostile in this game, should I say. As Barretto's going to corral that one and get the save. UMass really pushing their way upfield. Army really pushing their way upfield here. Behind the net, behind Scanoni. Alex Alacqua, who has himself a goal in the afternoon. He goes to behind the net, pushing his niche turn, trying to get himself a hat trick. Niche turn's a freshman attack from Massapequa, New York. So interesting, the two leading scorers in this game are both in their first collegiate games. Army sideline is getting themselves fired up here. Trying to even the score at 7-6 after being down 7-5 for a lot of that second quarter. But like I said, niche turn getting himself a goal with 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Ooh, deflect there. Another shot out of play. That was Alacqua, who shot one out of bounds. Going to stay with the Black Knights. Another one's going out of play. This trying to get this one. Scanoni scoops it up. Out to Jeff Trainer. Just going to aggressively push himself upfield. Trainer closed in by two Army defenders. Makes a nice swim move there, but goes to the ground. Tobin showing some physicality on this one. Tries to go for the big blow, but it goes out of play. Stays with UMass. Referee's going to have a change of heart there. It's going to go back the way of Army. Trainer and Tobin both come out for the Minutemen. In comes Prosick and Mike Elcock. So Army playing with a lot of energy here early on in the second half. So that was corralled by Scanoni. The save. Scanoni getting his third save of the afternoon. That goes up to Elcock. Spencer trying to get it out to Chris Conley, who would have had a nice look at the net on that one, but can't get control of it and it's going to go out of play and go the way of the Black Knights. Played at midfield by Army. Scooped up. Elcock with a bit of a towering presence there. Checking in at 6'3", the redshirt senior from Needham, Massachusetts. Played behind the net by Army. Eisenstadt playing some aggressive defense. That's somehow going to find the back of the net. An impressive goal there by number 1, Matt Manown. Matt Manown from Brendan Nichtern, who already has himself 2 goals on the day, going to get himself an assist.
Army goal scored by number 1, Matt Manown. Assisted on the play by number 20, Brendan Mitchell.
Manown, who already had 2 assists on the day, is going to find the back of the net. Tie this game up at 7 with 7:13 to play in the second and third period. This can be pushed upfield. UMass trying to make something happen here. After being up 7-5, they've given up 2 unanswered goals in this one. Trying to get back on top. Scott Delzato. Over to Clayton Proctor. Over to Charlie O'Brien. So Greg Cannell mixing his lines up here. Get some guys who haven't seen too much time today in the game. O'Brien, some nice moves. Over to Connolly. Back out to Proctor. Good pick set there by O'Brien. Giving Proctor some room. Prosick. Good defense there by Army. Black Knights crowd with a good presence here at Garber Field, along with the always well-represented UMass lacrosse fans. Connolly going to slow things down here after a quick series there. Back over at Proctor. Proctor's going to find O'Brien in the middle of the field. And also in comes Delzato off the bench. Delzato, a freshman attack from Orangeville, Ontario. UMass is going to get their starters back out here. Kevin Tobin back over to Jeff Traynor. Traynor with a nice move. Back over to Spencer to Tobin. Tobin with a quick move, taking a shot on it well over the net and out of play, but the ball will stay with UMass. Good play there. Prosick looking for the back of the net. Goes wide. Looks like Army's going to scoop this one up. Army's going to go out of play and stay with Army. Army's going to make quick work of it. Moving themselves upfield. Elcock with the defense. Jeff Traynor in the middle of the field for the Minutemen. Army taking their time with it. They're going to get some subs on the field. In comes Garofano, who has a goal on the day, and along with Alex Alacqua to play midfield for the Black Knights. This game tied at 7 with about 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. You would not be wrong to think that this game's probably going to come down in the last few minutes, as it has been back and forth all afternoon long. Like I said earlier, both teams got off to a hot start, 5-4, 9 goals scored in the first quarter. Defenses have certainly tightened up here as we go along in this afternoon, this first game of the season for both squads. Army trying to build off a tough season. Get off to a better start. They went 5-8 last year, although they did beat the Minutemen in the first game of the season, 18-6 at West Point. UMass kind of going the opposite way last season, getting off to a tough start, but just rolling down the stretch with undefeated CAA record and NCAA tournament berth. But all is that for naught here in this first game if the Minutemen can't get off to a 1-0 start and shake that 4-game losing streak to Army. What better place to do it than on their home turf here at Garber Field in Amherst. This one's played over to Spencer. Spencer one-on-one. Gets past the defender. Goes to the behind the net. Shot on net to the other Spencer. And out of play. That was Ben Spencer. For the majority of the afternoon, I've been talking about Devin Spencer, junior attack. But his older brother is a senior midfielder, and that one's going to find the back of the net. Who else? Gabriel Prosick in his first game as a Minuteman, his 4th goal of the afternoon. With 2:59 to play in the third quarter, Prosick's going to put his team up 8-7. So what more can you ask for from a player in his first game of his college career if you're Greg Canella? Prosick, the freshman.
Scored by number 16, Gabriel Prosick. Assisted on the play by number 10, Chris Connolly.
Prosick's going to be assisted on that play by last year's standout freshman, Chris Connolly. So got to be happy about that 1-2 combo. That's going to be around for years to come for this Minutemen team. Trainer's going to pick that one up after some collisions at midfield off that faceoff. Trainer's going to go down. They want to call on the Minutemen side, but it's going to go the way it's going to stay with UMass. Army did not like that call. That's for sure. Trainer going to get back out to midfield to Tobin, intensely kicking up a bit here as we close in on the last few minutes of the second quarter. You can imagine we're going to have an exciting fourth quarter here at Garber Field. Back out to Spencer. Trainer, the quick move. Shot on net, going to go wide and out of play. So Army unable to gain the lead once again. So in the story of the afternoon for them, they've only held about one lead early on. They had the 1-0 lead, and then they were up 4-3 before the Minutemen went back up. They were able to tie it up at 7. But after that 4th Prosick goal of the afternoon, UMass, and we're going to get a flag. See what the call is. That one is going to be on Army. Coach Alvarishi is not happy about that call, to say the least. It's going to be a holding call on Matthew Horace. So UMass will be a man up for these next 30 seconds with the ball in their own zone, in their Army zone. So, looking to build off this 8-7 lead. Neither team has had a man-up goal yet today. We'll see if UMass can be the first. Prosick, dangerous with the ball in his hands today, that's for sure. Prosick had a good look at the net there, but Tobin was unable to get to him. Prosick. Shot on net, saved. Oh, wide open net there for Tobin. Could not corral it and get the shot off in time. Looks like the Black Knights can kill off that penalty. Come out unscathed. Minute 8 left to play in this third quarter. UMass up 8-7. Army trying to tie it up here. Oh, and he just trucks Tobin, and that one's going to get a call and go the way of the Minutemen. Got I like the way things are going here in this game. Physicality is starting to kick up. Intensity is starting to kick up. What more do you want in your season opener? Score is a 1-goal game. We're in for a fun fourth quarter here, folks, in Amherst. Jeff Trainer at midfield. Going to take his time, slow things down. Like I said, the intensity has kicked up here significantly in these last 2 minutes or so. Trainer defended by James Pryor, freshman midfielder, taking on one of the better scorers in the country in Jeff Trainer. Shot on net, scores! Jeff Trainer to Ben Spencer. Spencer finding the back of the net for the first time this season, putting UMass up 9-7 with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. So a good series there for UMass after Army had tied it up 7-7. UMass not allowing them to take the lead once again, putting up 2 unanswered goals, starting to expand this lead a bit to 9-7. 2-goal differential ideally going into the fourth quarter if you're UMass, if they can hold the Black Knights for these last 15 seconds. UMass going to win the face-off once again. That's Myers. UMass trying to make something happen, but again, Barretto's just going to send that one downfield, see if they have any time to get a shot off. Ooh, dangerous bounce there for Scanoni, but it's going to end the third quarter. Some words exchanged by UMass defender and the Army attackman. But at the end of the third quarter, it is UMass 9, Army 7. We should be in for a fun fourth quarter here at Garber Field. We will take a short break and be right back. And we are back here from Amherst with the fourth quarter about to get underway. UMass leading 9-7. UMass was up 7-6 there going into the third quarter. Army was able to tie it up shortly into the action of the second half, but UMass with 2 unanswered goals there to start the fourth. Tom Myers taking the face-off there for the Minutemen. He's had himself a pretty good afternoon. He's got big shoes to fill as Noah Rack, senior last season. He won 155 of 254 face-offs last season. Excuse me, that was during the final 12 games of 2018. We'll see what Greg Cannell's approach is here in the fourth quarter. If he wants his offense to take his time. I'm assuming they're going to want to build on this lead here. Obviously, no lead is safe. Army's been quick to score when they go down this one. But the UMass defense has tightened up in these last 3 quarters. It's a good shot there by Spencer, who just scored his first goal of the season late in that third quarter. And like I said, that's Ben Spencer, the elder of the 2 Spencer brothers on this Minutemen squad. Nice shot there. Saved by Barreto. Shot by Billy Philpott. Army trying to make something happen here. They need to score quick. Don't want this lead to get away from them. Don't want this deficit, to extend. But later we go into the fourth quarter. About 13 minutes to play. Army behind the UMass net. Army was able to make Scanoni uncomfortable early in this game, but he has settled down significantly. He's had himself a pretty decent afternoon. 7 goals is nothing to scoff at. At midfield, looks like he's setting up for a shot. Garfano's had himself a pretty nice afternoon. He holds back. Spencer playing some tight defense. Manown, flag going up. Going to be on the Minutemen. And scores! It's Alex Alakwa on the assist. It's number 32, Sean O'Brien.
Scored by number 32, Sean O'Brien. Assisted on the play by number 6, Alex Alakwa.
We also had a penalty before that goal. It's number 23, Billy Philpott for the Minutemen. Appears that one's coming back. Excuse me. No goal for the Black Knights, but they will be up a man. Hold call on Billy Philpott. So that goal by O'Brien getting called back. Billy Philpott will sit out the next minute for the, 30 seconds for the Minutemen. A holding call. So I'm sure Army almost didn't want to accept that penalty if they're able to, but we'll see if they can make the most of it, being up a man for these next 12 seconds or so. A lot of ball movement here. No real, and there's it is. Score by number 42. Scoring on that play for the Black Knights is Miles Silva, coming from Nate Jones. So they call the goal off. They get the man-up advantage. They come back and they score with 6 seconds left on the man-up advantage and narrow this Minutemen lead to 9-8 with 12:01 left to play in this fourth quarter. So Meyer's going to take the face-off one again for the Minutemen. These Army Black Knights, like I said, 5-8 record last season, but they certainly won't go away. They're not playing like it today. They want that 5th straight win over the Minutemen to start their season. So Army taking this one at midfield. Trying to answer quickly. Tie this game up at 9. Make for an interesting last 10 minutes or so. Into the game comes Connor DeWitt. He's going to take the ball at midfield. DeWitt back to Garofano. Elcock immediately comes up and pressures Garofano. Trainer closing in. Trainer with some good defense, some aggressive play. Puts him down on the ground there for a second. Manown trying to get past Tobin. Good opportunity there and scores once again. Number 42, Miles Silva scoring for the second time in this fourth quarter from Matt Manown. The momentum is on the side of the Black Knights. 10:42 left to play in this fourth quarter, and the Black Knights are tying this one up at 9. So 9-9 is the score. 10:42 left to play in the fourth quarter. UMass had a nice 2-goal cushion there. Trying to build on it in this fourth quarter, trying to put this game away. No team has really had a safe lead at all in this matchup. It's going to be an exciting end to this first game of the season for both squads. Here we go. Army's got the ball again in their own zone. That's going to sail way over the head. Army's going to take this one out of play. Army at midfield. Garofano. Closed in by Spencer. Oh, a nice move on Spencer. Leaves him in the dust. But UMass defense closes in. Does not allow a shot opportunity. DeWitt. Trying to make something happen. Another opportunity there. It's going to go wide. Out of play. Scores again. Army with 3 unanswered goals here in the fourth quarter. They're going to go up 10-9 with 9:47 to play. So the UMass hasn't had the ball in their own offensive zone here. It seems like in this entire fourth quarter. They got to make something happen offensively because all the momentum is on the side of the Black Knights right now. Brendan Nitstern with his 3rd goal of the afternoon. He's got himself a hat trick. So 2 freshmen getting their first college lacrosse action of their careers today, both scoring hat tricks. Gabriel Prosek on the UMass side with 4 goals on the afternoon. Nitstern with 3 for the Black Knights. And he put them up 10-9 here with 9:40 to play. So UMass now on the trailing end. They have to answer quickly. Finally got the ball on their own end. Tom Myers won the face-off. Jeff Trainer going to slow things down here a bit. Get it back out to Tobin. Tobin, in quick work of it, trying to get a shot off. Deflected by the Army defense. Scott Delzada had his shot deflected on that one. Barreto going to take this one well out of net. Get it out to Tom Rigney. Rigney across midfield to Manown. So So Army now going to slow things down. About 8:47 left to play in the fourth quarter with the Black Knights up 10-9. Black Knights have not held the lead from what seems like to be since the first quarter, with 3 unanswered goals after being down. And a wide open net there once again for number 42, Miles Silva. Sean Scanoni did not even see him, right to his left, and Silva puts it right in the back of the net. So 4 unanswered goals for the Black Knights in this fourth quarter, and they go up 11-9 with 8:32 left to play in the fourth quarter. Greg Canella's squad has to answer quickly offensively because their defense is getting gassed. And Greg Canella, on that note, is going to take himself a timeout. 8:32 left to play, and those Black Knights are fired up. We will be right back here after a quick break at Garber Field. All right, we are back here at Garber Field with the last 8 minutes and 32 seconds of this season opening matchup for both teams. UMass was up 9-7 here to start this fourth quarter. Army with 4 unanswered goals in the last few minutes to put themselves up 11-9. Greg Cannell just took a timeout to try to rally his troops here. They need to make something going on the offensive end. Army has dominated the time of possession here in this fourth quarter. Going to get a whistle there, a hold, and go the way of UMass. So we'll see if UMass can make something happen here. This will be a tough first loss to the season for the Minutemen. Like I've mentioned multiple times throughout this game, Army has won the last 4 matchups between these two teams. But a team coming off a 5-8 2018 campaign, as opposed to UMass's NCAA tournament berth, and they were picked to win the CAA in the preseason polls. You have to think they would not want to lose to this Black Knight squad, but credit to them. They have come back ferociously here in this fourth quarter with those 4 unanswered goals. Some good defense there by a Black Knight defender. Good look at the net there for the Minutemen. Deflected by Barreto, but Barreto has really locked down here in this fourth quarter. Is not letting much by him. UMass going to take this one out of net. It's Spencer, Ben Spencer. UMass down 2 goals. Can make quick work of these things as the Army offense is firing on all cylinders. Spencer with a good shot there, going to go off Barreto. Barreto's going to take it out of net. So Spencer on the defense for the Minutemen. Into the game for the Black Knights comes Garofano. He's had himself a nice game. Garofano defended by Elcock. Good shot on there for net there for the Black Knights. Deflected by a UMass defender. They're going to get a whistle. It's going to stay with Army. So Army's going to get the ball here with 6:26 left to play in the fourth quarter. Alakwa, another player on this Army team, who's had a nice first game of the season. Alakwa, a junior midfielder from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. To Philpott. Philpott just going to toss it over to Tobin. Kevin Tobin, sophomore midfielder from Reading, Massachusetts. Been very active in this game. Tobin just going to toss it over to Cuttinella. Cuttinella over to Connolly. Back out trainer to Spencer. Cuttinella. The nice move there. Can't really get anything past this Army defender. Just playing quite tight there. This one's going to go past midfield. UMass is going to scoop it up. Going to stay with Army. Army trying to make things happen quick here, trying to get a man-up advantage on the fast break. Black Knights going to take their time with it as we're closing on 4.5 minutes to play. And the Black Knights have a 2-goal advantage, leading 11-9. UMass unable to get anything going here on the offensive end. This would be a tough way to go out in this first game after seemingly holding the lead, having control of this game for the most part. If you're Greg Canella's squad, in just a few bad minutes there, you go down, ends up costing you the game, but that is college lacrosse. We're closing on 4 minutes left to play. Army has the ball behind the UMass net. Number 20, Brennan Nichtern, who has been the story of the afternoon for the Black Knights, has himself a hat trick in his first collegiate appearance. Nichtern over to Manown, junior midfielder who's been very active as well in this game for the Black Knights. UMass can get this one back. Gotta make something happen with it quick here. Tobin. Trainer. That's who you want the ball in the hands of right now. Good opportunity here for the Minutemen. Once again, scores! A great play there. Jeff Trainer over to Chris Conley. Back over to Devin Spencer for the goal to narrow that Black Knight lead to 11-10 with 3:15 left to play in this game. That's exactly what the Minutemen needed on that play. Good defensive sequence. Jeff Trainer got the ball across midfield, got it out to Chris Conley behind the net. It's a beautiful pass and a beautiful shot by Devin Spencer. That's exactly what you needed if you're Greg Canella's team. So 3:15 left to play, 11-10 Army leads. It's a big face-off here. Tom Myers. Myers fights for it. He's going to get that ground ball. That's big for the Minutemen. They can maintain possession. They do. Scanoni got to take it out of net. That last goal is huge because now the Minutemen take their time and setting up this next scoring chance. That's over to Ben Spencer. His brother Devin just scoring the biggest goal of the game thus far for the Minutemen. He's going to lose a stick. Yard sale on the field. That's a big defensive play there for Army. Closing on 2.5 minutes to play. Army leading 11-10. This is what you want if you're Coach Albert Ritchie of the Black Knights. You want the ball on your own end, being able to control the clock here. It's a longer shot clock now in college lacrosse, going to 80 seconds this season. Timeout coming for the Black Knights with 2:13 left to play in this one. We will take our last break here and settle in for these last 2 minutes and 13 seconds with the Black Knights leading 11-10. We'll be right back here from Garber Field. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back here at Garber Field, setting ourselves up for an exciting last 2 minutes and 13 seconds with Army up 11-10. UMass was up 9-7 here to start this fourth quarter. The Black Knights went on a 4-0 goal streak. Unanswered goals for Army, putting themselves up 11-9. UMass just got themselves a huge goal from Devin Spencer just a few minutes ago, but now Army has the ball as we close in on 2 minutes left to play. Army just took themselves a timeout. Both teams have one timeout left. Do not be surprised if Greg Cannell is going to take that timeout anytime soon. If he doesn't like the way things go here on the defensive end, or if he likes the way things go here on the defensive end, set up a nice offensive sequence to try and tie this game up. Army controlling the ball. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Figure they're going to try and milk that one right to the end. That ball's going to go down. 5 seconds left. Shot off. Scanoni gets it. Minute 28 left. Under a minute and a half left to play. Watch for that timeout coming from Canella. Elcock with the ball. Huge series here for the Minutemen. This could be the game here, some would say. Ben Spencer has been super active, but he has a goal on the day. Has a quick shot. Minute 3 left to play in this one. Jeff Traynor with the ball. Back out to Tobin. These are the guys you want on the field if you're Greg Cannella. Tobin going to push his way towards the net. He's going to slow himself down. 48 seconds left to play. UMass down 11-10. Tobin. Over to Spencer. Back up to Traynor. Traynor defended well by Army. 30 seconds left on the shot clock for UMass. Tobin going up for that one. .27 seconds left to play. UMass got to make something happen quick. Philpott, flag going up. Philpott with a shot, deflected. Taken in by Army, but we're going to get a whistle. We are going to get a whistle. An Army player is going to come out for a hold. It's going to be a 30-second penalty, so UMass is going to be a man up here with 16 seconds left to go. Appears it's coming from number 56, Anthony George. So there's one timeout left. See if Greg Carver uses it. Whistle goes. 14 seconds left to play. Got to make something happen quick here. Spencer to Prosick. Prosick, he's got 4 in the afternoon to Connolly. Scores! Prosick with the assist to Chris Connolly. The back of the net. What a play. With 1 second left, no less. On the man-up advantage, UMass ties it up at 11. Using every second of the game clock are the Minutemen. And looks like we got overtime on our hands. What a game here to start the 2019 lacrosse season for both sides. Gabriel Prosick with the assist on that one. What a way to start your college career. So we are going to OT here at Garber Field. As Chris... Both teams get 1 timeout. Army takes their sole timeout there. So we have 3:48.
Sports Live is the ultimate streaming experience for prep, college, and professional sports. Stream more than 60 teams, leagues, and major events. Plus, watch coaches' shows, on-demand highlights, listen to game audio, and more. It's all available on your computer, phone, tablet, or Roku, anytime and anywhere. With Sports Live, you get your favorite sports on your schedule. Go to cbssports.com/sportslive to watch today.
And then you get an overtime series where, much like the sport of hockey, a 4-0 goal streak, unanswered goals for looks to be freshman phenom for this year. All right, we are back here with the overtime here from Amherst. We're going to have a 4-minute clock. We're going to keep playing until there's a winner. This is a sport where there's no ties, and that's a good sport in my opinion. It's a golden goal opportunity for both teams. Army's going to push this one up the field. Got to figure you're going to have great intensity on both ends here. Clock's going to stop. Going to get timeout here for Army. Quick timeout there. Both teams get 1 timeout. Army takes their sole timeout there. So we have 3:48 left to play in this first overtime series. So what's great about college lacrosse, you get an exciting finish like that. Chris Connolly scoring with 1 second left to tie the game up. And then you get an overtime series where, much like the sport of hockey, anything can happen. Playoff hockey, anything can happen. The next goal wins it. What a way to start the season for both teams and these fans who turned out on a frigid afternoon here in Western Massachusetts, but it's not bothering them, it seems like. Good opportunity for both coaches to corral their troops. Greg Cannella exciting weekend here for UMass Sports in Amherst. Of course, everybody knows about the number 2 ranked hockey team in the nation. They defeated BU last night by a score of 4-2 at the Mullen Center. UMass men's basketball, who's been struggling this season, just got their second Atlantic 10 win of the season over Davidson just moments ago down the street. But what we're focused on here is this first game of the lacrosse season. The Minutemen trying to build off their conference championship NCAA tournament appearance season last year. The Army Black Knights. This game has been played annually for the last 8 seasons. This is meeting number 9 between these two teams to start the year. They're trying to get their 5th straight win. UMass trying to break that streak. Sean Scanoni got to be on alert. Scores! Ball game. The Black Knights win. A great shot there by number 20. Once again, Brendan Nichtern. Who else would it be? His 4th goal of the afternoon. And he's going to give the Black Knights the win by a score of 12-11. Hard to be too upset if you're Greg Cannella's squad. Obviously, you want to get the win. That was the most important thing, to get the win to start this season. But when it comes down to it, the story of the afternoon on both sides is the freshman stars in their first collegiate games of their careers. For the Minutemen, it was Gabriel Prosick who finished with 4 goals and had the key assist there to Chris Connolly with the game-tying goal in the final second. And for the Army Black Knights, Brendan Nichtern also finishing with 4 goals and having that game winner right there. That's all that matters. The game winner in overtime, just a minute and a half into overtime, to give the Black Knights the 12-11 lead. Army will start this year off 1-0. The Minutemen for the 5th straight season, losing to Army in the season opener. 31. Next week, the Minutemen will host the Ohio State University Buckeyes at Garber Field here at 1 p.m. We will catch you next time. Thank you for tuning into UMass Sports Network for this presentation of NCAA Lacrosse. I'm Jake Mackey, excuse me. Still getting caught up from this exciting game. I'm Jake Mackey, saying so long here from Garber Field in Amherst. Have a great night, everybody.